This is the brief on the conservative movement's ideological battle. So what's going on here? The conservative movement is basically in an open civil war after a speech by Ben Shapiro. He was at a Turning Point USA event and called out poisonous ideas from certain podcasters. And that just kicked off a huge public backlash from figures like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. Let's break this whole fight down into 3 key takeaways. First, at the heart of this is a clash between moral clarity and ideological responsibility. For Shapiro, it's about duty. He feels he has to call out bad ideas to protect the movement, even if it means criticizing friends. This is all about his clearly defined conservatism. On the other side, you have Tucker Carlson, who's being accused of just creating straw men. Misrepresenting arguments and pushing his own personal, ever-changing agenda. Second, this has gotten ugly, with loaded tropes and conspiracy theories being thrown around. Candace Owens fired back with some pretty vicious personal attacks using the Israel First charge. Now, that's a classic anti-Semitic trope used to question Jewish loyalty, and it's a way to totally sidestep what Shapiro was actually talking about. You see a similar pattern with Carlson, who gets flack for platforming avowed Jew haters, like Nick Fuentes, without any real challenge. And finally, this all led to a specific historical claim we have to address. Owens pushed the idea that Jewish people controlled the slave trade. But look, the history on this is clear. The Atlantic slave trade was run by massive, state-backed empires, like the British and Spanish governments, with their navies. Sure, some Jewish individuals were merchants, alongside Christians, Muslims, and others, but participation is not the same as control. The claim is just not supported by the evidence. So in the end, this conflict forces the conservative movement to choose between grounded, inconvenient reality and divisive, conspiracy-driven rhetoric.